Hello, welcome, and check this neat guitar out. I remember when this came out, and they had a lot of unique guitars in 2007 due to the Guitar of the Week program, and this was Guitar of the Week number 5. Such a interesting guitar that you really got to get up on to appreciate and understand because, as I'll show here, the wood grain is really behind all that paint clearly, and the paint is tastefully done. I think it's by the artist Tom Morgan, who does a lot of comic book work. You can check him out if you want. But I was looking for information on this from him or from Gibson or him talking to them, and I couldn't find anything. You'll see his signature right there on top of the fretboard underneath the three-way, and that's pretty neat. So they only made 400 of these guitars, and every Guitar of the Week was only 400 made. This is the classic antique Les Paul, and it's really neat in the different appointments. Now, it's unique enough with that paint job, right? But it also has a very unique headstock with binding around it, so that's really tasteful. And it has the crown inlay, which I think is really neat too. Vintage amber gold knobs. It has classic 57s in it, and a classic 57 Plus is in the bridge, which are really great pickups. I'm sure I've commented on those before. The burst buckers and classic 57s, really good pickups. I mean, mostly all good pickups Gibson has in their guitars. They have good pickups. So yeah, as we look at this thing, it just has the enlarged strap buttons. Keep your strap on no matter what happens there, and standard tune-o-matic bridge and tailpiece. I really like the antiques, and as a matter of fact, I've had a couple Les Pauls from 2007. I have another classic. It's not the antique, it's just a regular classic in black. I'll do a video about that because there's an eBay story behind it. But there you can see that signature again at the top of the fretboard, and that looks really nice with the vintage three-way switch too. Just a very pretty guitar, and this one's in really great shape too, so I was happy about that. I felt like I got a fair deal for it. I really dig these Guitar of the Weeks, guys. I know Trogley did a series not too long ago. I bought this guitar before he put that out. It just happened to happen at the same time. But yeah, there are really some cool guitars in that series. And not one that I wouldn't like to have, really, but even the reverse V on that. So anyway, they had several of the antique classic Les Pauls in the Guitar of the Week, and I really like them. I think they're great representations of Les Pauls in general. They play great. They feel good. You know, I don't have a huge opinion on chambering or semi-weight relief or no weight relief, really, other than the weight. And there's that signature. You can see very easy. Tom Morgan. Just the weight is, on a really heavy Les Paul, it's only really good for sitting down. I don't like holding on to a 10-pound guitar that's not a Stratocaster shape. It digs into you after a while. So it has a rosewood fretboard, and it's really pretty. Trapezoid inlays look nice too. It's just a good guitar, so I don't know what attracts me to these things, these oddities. It should be called the bizarre guitars or something, because I always like to get the oddballs or the misshapen and misfigured guitars. There's a nice shot of the headstock with the inlays and the looks good. It really does. Excuse me. And the tuners are your run-of-the-mill Gibson Standard Deluxe, I guess they're called. We'll see that in a minute. Just back to that point about the guitars I'm attracted to. Yeah, it's an interesting and fascinating thing the way I get bruised and beaten guitars or oddball, ugly duck or whatever guitars. I mean, like that Antigua Telecaster I did a video on. Just most of my guitars have some kind of unique attributes that All American with the skull painting on it comes to mind. I gave that to my daughter, but what a cool guitar. Just cool guitars that have a story most of the time and often look different or look weird or in a limited number. They're released in a small batch or something like that, like this one is. I mean, there's never been another Gibson guitar that looked like this, and there probably won't be again. So those are the back of the tuners I was talking about. Those tuners are okay. In general, I prefer Grovers or something with a little better ratio or quality, but they do the trick. I just always feel like I'm happier when I'm on a guitar that has good tuners that I enjoy. So just a black back on this, nothing fancy there. And you can see again that oversized strap button. And again to the headstock. So yeah, you can get a good look at those tuners. They're classy looking. I like that. They just don't really feel right when you're tuning up. They're pretty smooth and everything. They just they don't have as good a ratio either, it seems. But a really beautiful guitar in really great shape. Nice case came with it. Appreciate you stopping by. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff. Have a good one. But a really beautiful guitar in really great shape. Nice case came with it. Appreciate you stopping by. Please like and subscribe and all that stuff. Have a good one.